Throughout my early gaming days, I spent a lot of time playing nothing but platformers, because back in the 90s, that was a trend in gaming. Little did I know that my world was about to be turned upside down with the introduction of Grandia into my gaming life. My first taste of this game was seeing a demo video of the game on the demo disc I got with the PlayStation magazine back when I was 8 years old, and thinking, what a bunch of shit. So you can guess my disappointment when I came home to see that my mum had bought me the game. To this day I still look back and think how wrong I was about this game, because I ended up loving it. The gameplay, the storyline, the characters, you name it, I loved it. The original Grandia was made for the Sega Saturn. Oh yeah, we named consoles after big scary things like Cats and Planets back in the 90s, and He-Man Power. However, it met strong competition by another huge selling RPG which was released at the same time. Needless to say, it did not win this battle of sales against such a formidable foe. However, Grandia is still regarded as one of the best JRPGs out there. It was voted by readers of Japan's highly circulated Famitsu magazine as the 73rd greatest game of all time in a 2006 poll. If that doesn't say timeless classic, I don't know what does. The story follows Justin as he tries to find out the truth behind an ancient artifact that his father had left behind. Along with his psychic Sue, they set out on their adventures. Although, not before getting up to some shenanigans first, of course. As well as wanting answers on the ancient artifact, Justin also wants to be an adventurer, which he fights tooth and nail to become throughout the game. If anything, I find this a really interesting subplot, as he battles to become a proper adventurer in his own eyes. Along the way to hopefully one day realising his dreams, he encounters the Guile forces. I'll get into these guys a bit later. The game spans over 2 discs, which for its time, really the only games that went over that were. The characters for this game were very memorable. Well, at least for me they were. I am only going to talk about the main characters, because if I were to talk about all of the characters, I would be here for a long time. Firstly, we have our protagonist Justin, a young wannabe adventurer who often gets into mischief. As I said, he yearns to be an adventurer and will do anything to achieve his dream, including risking his life on numerous occasions. Thankfully, he has his trusty V-Slash to help him out of those sticky situations. He appeals to the childish sense of wanting to explore, hence why I love this character so much. Tagging along for the adventure, we have his partner in crime, Sue. She's been Justin's friend since they were small children, and has stuck with him through thick and thin. She even has the stories to back this up. She also acts as the voice of reason, and often tries to reason with Justin before he runs off into another adventure into the unknown. She reminds me of that one friend we all have that makes damn well sure we don't get too messed up whenever we get into trouble. Later on in their adventures, they bump into a renowned adventurer by the name of Fina. Not much is known about her apart from the fact that she is well known for her adventuring exploits. But of course, what RPG cast would not be complete without our villains? For Grandia, we have the Guile Force. See, I told you I'll come back to them! They will become the bane of your life whilst you play this game, yet somehow you'll grow to love them. To how sinister General Baal is, or the complex storylines behind her, Mullen and Lean. Even the Team Rocket-esque antics that you see with Nana, Saki and Mio. Like every villain in a JRPG, they plan to cause mass damage to the world you live in, and it's up to you and your team of rapscallions to stop them and restore order to the world. You do this by... Oh, sorry. One thing that made me love this game so much was the unique battle system. I had never seen a battle system like this, and it's a shame really, as I love the extra level strategy that it puts into the battles over most turn-based battle systems. I mean, in some battles I find myself going from offensive to defensive quite a lot as the tide of the battle goes to and fro. Another thing I liked was the way you had to level up your magic and weapons in order to learn new moves. Again, it was something completely new to me and I loved it. Sadly, they got rid of this in the second game and replaced it with a much easier system. I also liked that there were 2 types of currency for weapons and magic. For weapons, there was the standard RPG gold that monsters seemed to shit out every time you beat them. Whereas for magic, there were mana eggs. Now these were limited throughout the game, and you really had to be careful when to spend them. Again, with these features as well as the characters and the storyline, I would love to go into much more detail about this, but I'd end up making this video 20-30 minutes long, and really, there's no point watching a 20-minute video when you can go out and play the game. So I guess it's time to wrap this up. All in all, I loved this game as a child, and now at the ripe old age of 21, I still love this game. It really has earned the title of a timeless classic, and I advise everybody to go out, buy a PlayStation, buy a PSX, and go and buy a copy of Grandia somehow. I mean, eBay, anywhere, and just play this game.